Alright lads, welcome to another episode of the Flashbang Gaming Podcast. My name is Joe, joined here with Edwin McDougall.
I'm here again because I have to be, he's forcing me.
Alright, yeah, we'll just roll with that. And we're also joined here with a little guest on the show.
I'm actually bigger than you.
Okay. Okay, we'll roll with that as well, yeah. I feel like this is like the revenge from what I've said like last episode.
His name's Aiden. Say hello, please.
I'm Aiden.
Yeah,
hello.
Welcome to the show. You're gonna hate it.
Okay, good to
know. So in case you're wondering, every week or every few weeks we're gonna have him on the show as well, just because sometimes us two get a bit boring, and we need a third person.
It's going to be easier for me to bounce now, because I've got a third person to bounce off.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to be a cyberbully for 2 months. This is brilliant.
Yeah. And
Every 2 weeks I'm not going to be a cyberbully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so this episode...
E3 happened!
Yeah, E3
happened.
Right. What did we all think of E3 this year?
It was better than previous years.
I forgot what happened last year, so I'm going to have to say it was better.
No, it was better.
Okay, thank
you. Last year was just 2018. This year was slightly less 2018 and a little more 2017.
I think that's debatable.
Well, no, I'm not talking about with PlayStation.
Right.
There are a few games coming out this year that aren't on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice too.
Like Ruiner, but we'll come on to that later.
I knew you was going to mention that.
We're going to come on to that.
No, I think those opinions differ to what the majority think, because I looked at some of the comments. A lot of people say, this year, bit boring this year, E3 2017, was it all that?
They're going to say it's a bit boring because it wasn't something like how E3 2006 was, where PlayStation literally killed their brand almost.
Mm. No, and then 2013 Xbox nearly killed their brand as well.
No, their brand is dying. They were like, yo, come and experience the world's most powerful console. It's not even that good. We have no good exclusives.
Yeah.
But overall, E3 2017 wasn't the best E3, but it's definitely better than previous.
It wasn't the worst at any point. It was quite entertaining in a few bits, I must say.
PlayStation's press conference was entertaining. Because it was just, let's go sit in a room and watch trailers for 60 minutes. Yeah. And there wasn't much of please welcome this department of PlayStation and this department of PlayStation. But we'll come on to PlayStation in a bit. Yeah. Let's start with the worst.
Go on. What is the worst? What's the worst?
EA Play. What do you think it was? It's EA.
I thought it was.
I mean, it started out with the EA part, so...
Yeah, well, it's very fitting that the first conference that we talk about was the first conference at E3 and is also the worst.
That's good.
EA Play. What did we think of EA Play?
A bit shit, but a few good games. That's really...
No, some of the games looked good, like that new game, that EA original.
A Way Out.
A Way Out.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. That was definitely my favourite. My favourite of the entire conference.
Couch co-op game, you gotta try and escape from prison and all that jazz.
Yeah.
It looks very fun. I like the feature of where while one player's screen is in a cutscene, the other player is making his way, sneaking through the level, trying to figure out how to solve it. I thought that was a very cool thing to show off. And I also found it quite funny how Joseph Fares, the head guy on A Way Out, in my notes here I have Joseph Fares comes out, messes up saying his own name. He didn't say his own name properly. Unless he's meant to say it with an accent, because he did have an accent, but for an English person, he messed up saying his own name. Look, that game looks fun. Do you want to talk about the mess of Jesse Wellens?
Jesse Wellens.
Oh, I feel really bad for Jesse Wellens after that.
Oh god.
That was an absolute mess.
He seemed really nervous.
Yeah.
He wasn't very
apparently, according to some inside sources who were at EA Play, apparently EA themselves messed with his teleprompter, which made him mess up because they were trying to get a haha cringe compilation for for E3. I hope that's not true because that's awful.
Yeah, that's definitely something.
He's just making internet creators look stupid. But I did feel bad for him. Like, even when he introduced a guy, he said one name. Then when he came out, he shook his hand and was like, "Yo, what's up, Nick?" He just said the complete wrong name.
Hello, other person.
Yeah, like, he could have just said, "What's up, dude?" Not just go, "Yo, Nick."
Yeah.
Like, his name isn't Nick. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what. Like, in my notes I have here, Jesse Wellens talking about Need for Speed Payback! ! He looks so nervous. How cute. Like, I felt genuinely bad for him.
It would have been better if he just said, "What's up, nibber?" With the 2 red bees on screen. On recording.
On screen.
Live editing.
Right. Joe, I'm going to throw this topic of EA to you. What do you think of the new Battlefield 1 pack?
Battlefield 1, I tell you what, I love like the maps. There's going to be 6 maps, mixture of like snow and night, which is basically what I wanted in like the original Battlefield 1, but we just never really got that because it was like DLC, of course.
Yeah. What I also thought was quite cool of the Battlefield 1 stuff. A lot of people were like, "Oh, this was awful." I find it really cool when like EA get creators involved, apart from obviously the Jesse Wellens thing that we just talked about. The little compilation they had of like streamers and YouTubers playing Battlefield 1 and just like enjoying the game. I thought that was cool. And there was also a cameo from Funhouse, which I kind of like jumped at. I was like, "Oh my god, I know who they are."
Yeah, I almost forgot about them. Thank goodness they were at E3.
They popped up twice, but we'll talk about that press conference later on. If you can call it a press conference. But no, the Battlefield pack, I don't have Battlefield 1. I don't really care for it much because Battlefield's coming out.
I'm not really too excited for the DLC.
Battlefield's coming out so often now.
Well, it's not really that. I mean, with Battlefield 1, there was such a lack of content in the game. Like, you could just play it for like 30 hours straight.
Yeah, but also,
it's good. And then afterwards,
there was such a short space of time between Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 1 being announced. But I think if they'd left the Battlefield 1 announcement a little bit and given more time for the game to marinate, you could say, like, if they put a little bit more time into that game, it could have been a lot better than what it is, because I played it on PC at a friend's house a couple weeks ago. It's fun, but it's not at like Battlefield 3 levels. Or
I will agree with you. It's definitely very dumbed down.
Did you say badminton?
I heard you say Battlefield Badminton Edition.
What?
Getting sporty. Just like smacking it with an M60.
Dude just whips out his gun, shoots the shuttle in half, just like, "Where's your badminton now, fat man?"
Gets the net, come at me!
What else did EA have? Oh, Madden, FIFA, professional FIFA.
Madden.
FIFA. No, I'm really happy with the fact that with FIFA 18 they're going to continue with the story of Alex Hunter. I thought that was quite good.
That was the only reason I bought FIFA 17 this year. It was for the journey, and then I was very disappointed with it because it wasn't really much. But I'm glad that they're going to continue it.
To be honest, though, I think that the story mode should have at least lasted for another season, like 2 seasons.
It should have been at least 2 seasons.
Because 1 season was just not enough at all.
I mean, I also think it's quite cool that they're getting like proper professional news outlets to help create a fantasy thing for Alex Hunter.
Yeah,
like,
that's quite clever.
They've got like ESPN in the game reporting on Alex Hunter. And they're showing off like Twitch streamers talking like, "What club would let Alex Hunter leave?" And all that kind of jazz. Like, I thought that was very cool. But can we talk about that Men in Blazers segment, please?
Oh.
That the high five heard around the world because it didn't connect.
Just get a good old what you say edit. Literally
then,
any sad song.
And then he just goes, "I went too early there, mate," and it just sat there like, I really hope that wasn't scripted. Because that's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Let's talk about the big game everyone's all talking about, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
That looks so great.
People are just angry because it's not
improvement.
first.
I mean, there's going to be a story mode. It's going to feature all eras, not just flipping 4 planets and there you go, call it a game.
Yeah, it's a big step up from the first one.
It's going to be about 3
It's a
times more
massive step
content.
up.
There's going to be a class system like the old Star Wars Battlefront, which is what was missing from the first game. And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Again, going to be remaining a bit skeptical coming release.
I'm very skeptical on EA saying that they're going to give away all of the content that's coming to Battlefront 2 for free. I don't think they're going to give away all the Battlefront 2 content for free.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go back on their word after they see their stocks after the first 2 free packs go.
Yeah.
And they'll suddenly unleash a £30 season pass or something.
No, they'll have a free pack and then the paid extra sponsorship just in case.
Yeah, there'll be just the paid extras wow, look at this new gun. It's like, I don't see the point of spending lots of money on in-game items like that. I'm just gonna use Dota 2 as an example.
Yeah.
There's an item for Kunkka in that game, right? It's a reskin for I think his ultimate ability,
Yeah.
and people are spending £50 on that item.
Yeah. People like
Mate,
it
I'm
when they
telling
look
you, it's
different.
just getting ridiculous.
I know. No, it's cool that you can buy those things. That's a lot more than games like Heroes of the Storm and League of Legends do, for example, if we're going to keep this to MOBAs. But £50 is the price of a video game. And they're spending that much money on an in-game item.
I mean, Dota is a free game, so of course people are
Yeah,
going to
but
spend
come
money
on,
on
let's
things
just
they
be honest.
advertise to.
£50 is a little bit too excessive.
Oh, it's way too much
Yeah.
for anyone
Yeah.
who actually doesn't have any interest in it, like anything else.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez. So, I would like to quickly talk. I liked how they presented Battlefront 2.
keep saying
from the beginning.
Battlefield.
I'm really struggling to say Battlefront today.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say Star Wars. I liked how they presented Star Wars.
it's an internal battle.
No, the way they presented Star Wars on the stage was very good. I have in my notes when the woman comes out, resting bitch face takes the stage.
Yeah.
Which am I wrong?
No.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that annoyed me is with them showing a game. I don't have a problem with them showing a 20 versus 20 match. I want to see what the multiplayer is like. But why do they hire the worst shoutcasters?
Yeah.
And iJustine! I have it in my notes here. iJustine is hosting the shoutcasters. Is it 2012? She's not relevant. I'm sorry, I'm not relevant at all. We've got 10 subscribers, but is she even relevant anymore?
Here's us going on about, oh, you're not relevant, but we don't even get any views.
We're not relevant, but she used to be relevant. She's not anymore.
Oh, hey guys, let's shoutcast. Okay, things are happening.
Yeah.
That's literally what it was. Whenever she said something, it was like, whoa, look what's happening over there. Whoa, look what's happening here.
Whoa.
She's actually just the camera guy.
It's slam cut now. No, but I just like how the aesthetic of the game looks in general. It looks very beautiful. I thought the UI looked really good, and the menus in general looked very easy to use. And also, did you guys notice how they went to cut to another section of the Battlefront game, but they cut to a clip from NBA Live?
Oh yeah.
Did you notice that?
I noticed that.
NBA
I was
Live.
wait, what is this?
Aha, another sports edition, I see. First it's badminton.
But there's also some cool characters in the game, like Darth Maul's in there, Boba Fett's in the game.
Oh,
you know what was interesting, right? You know that gameplay they show?
Yes.
Yes. It was set in the Clone Wars era, but you could play as Rey, which is in the sequel trilogy. I don't get what that's all about.
I'm not too bothered about that because it's a video game. If she's a playable character, I don't care.
The
thing is, I would have a problem if they decided to remake the Clone Wars film and they put Rey in it. But because it's a video game, I don't care.
Well, I've done some research into it, but apparently there's going to be a mode where you can pretty much just play as anyone, so I'm cool with that, if that's the case.
Yeah, just in all honesty, they could remove any voice lines and just reskin her as a clone or something similar with just a face mask.
They could just reskin them into Princess Leia. Like,
Yeah.
But it really just shows,
That's it.
like, in the comments when, like, people just throw a flipping fit over one little thing. It's just...
We also found out that there are now support. I don't remember if they had these in Battlefront 1 or not, but there are supports in the game now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The officers are supports, and like in my notes, I've just got supports are officers. They heal. It's Mercy from Overwatch. it's Mercy from Overwatch. Yeah, I got in my notes. Rey's in the game. She looks very fun to play. Then after that, just Darth Maul makes me hard.
Okay.
Han Solo's back in the game,
Hey.
which looks cool. I would like to point out when this game hits PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, it's gonna look damn incredible.
It will.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
No,
game's gonna look
it's
beautiful.
basically is built for those consoles, if you think about it. Right.
I'm just hoping it runs well on regular Xbox One and PS4 because
Well, I've got a few things to say about that, but we'll keep that.
Okay.
Shall we move on to another conference then?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't really want to talk about Need for Speed Payback because the gameplay looked scripted, so I've not got much to say about that. The game just looked nice.
Yeah. To be honest,
Sorry, it's just not most wanted.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
we shouldn't milk it like EA.
You got him. Right. Let's talk about PlayStation.
Yes.
Let's talk about PlayStation.
PS4.
That introduction was weird. I didn't get it.
Definitely.
It was just, let's play Asian instruments and make a waterfall appear.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that waterfall, though, was the waterfall made logos of each of the games that they were showing.
That
off in
was
their
pretty
conference,
good.
That was very cool, yeah. But a lot of people were saying this press conference must have been planned on the day because it looks rushed. Yes, it was rushed.
It was very unorganised.
I prefer press conferences like this. Have a cool introduction, then just show me the games.
Well,
Just say,
Because that's
here is that game, and then just throw it at us.
just throw games at me, yeah. Because I've gotten sick of PlayStation walking out just like slyly slagging off Xbox, talking about how good their hardware is, and then showing off games that aren't nearly finished. Just show me the games, and that's what they did. They had the introduction, and then they showed the trailer for Uncharted, the Lost Legacy, which looks very cool from that cinematic trailer.
absolutely beautiful.
And I have in my notes here, I was complaining about the noise. If you haven't seen the PlayStation 4 press conference yet from E3 this year, watch it on PlayStation's YouTube channel, because IGN completely messed up their port of the conference.
Wait,
They
really?
they unsynced the audio completely. Like, the audio was like 5 minutes off from what was actually going down. Like, it was playing footage from the trailer that was shown after Uncharted during the Uncharted trailer, so you couldn't hear what was happening in the Uncharted trailer. They completely messed it up. So, they completely messed it up, which really annoyed me. But Uncharted looks fun. It looks very cool.
Will you be purchasing Uncharted?
I probably will pick it up. I still need to play Uncharted 4 though.
Definitely.
I do.
It's
pick
very
that up.
cool. Like the premise of the game, I was really intrigued with that.
Yeah.
Doesn't it take place like before Nathan Drake, or is it? Yeah. That. So it's going to give you an insight of what happened and like what caused everything to go down. Then after the Uncharted trailer, they showed a trailer for the next DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn called Frozen Wilds. I don't have much to say about that. I don't play Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't think any of us should play Horizon Zero Dawn. So. And then they showed gameplay for Days Gone, which
Didn't
looks
look bad. That's all.
which looks very cool. I thought it was gonna just be very cliche Wild West game. Then suddenly he opened the door and zombies charged out, and I was like, I just sat up like, ooh, like this looks good.
Yeah.
So the gameplay that was shown, it showed motorbike riding, quick time events, and was that it? I think that was it.
Yeah.
And then Sean Layden came out and just started bragging about 4K on the PS4 Pro. I had in my notes here. Here comes Sean Layden bragging about 4K. Be good if the PS4 Pro worked properly.
Yeah.
That's
I like how they specified PS4. Yes, we're going to make a PS2 classic on the PS2 this year. No.
what?
Wait,
Wait,
what?
They were no, imagine, because they keep on saying PS4. Like, we already know it's going to be on the PS4. You're not going to just go back to an old system. They
it's not gonna
shouted
be like,
it.
it's like PS4 exclusive. Well, I wasn't expecting a bloody PSP exclusive, was I?
PSP, come back, Vita. I miss you.
That is so true.
So many exclusives.
You're the only person to say "Come back, Vita." I miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Still not as good as the PSP.
Yeah.
And then Sean started name dropping a list of games who he thought were really good, like Persona 5, Tekken 7. Then he said MLB The Show.
MLB The Show.
In a list of creative games. That's just a sports game that's been rehashed. EA now. Like, look how creative FIFA is. Like, no, it's not. It's football. And then, like, he just left the stage and was like, I'll see you again in 60 minutes. And then the next trailer came on, and it was, oh my god, Monster Hunter World. Oh my god,
Yes.
I'm so excited for Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
True. It's
I haven't played much Monster Hunter before.
Me neither.
I love it because it's just Dark Souls, but you're killing monsters instead of like trying to link the first flame.
Yeah.
I want to play Monster Hunter World now.
Yeah.
I want it. It looks so good. But early 2018, this is the theme in my notes. After every game that they showed, early 2018, so far away.
To be honest,
Like,
though, I will agree that I think there's just this year is going to be like the dry season, like the preparation, and then 2018.
This
just gonna
this
go all
E3
in.
was just everyone getting prepared. They're like showing off their cinematic trailers and whatever gameplay they can, but
Yeah.
they can't show much off because like early 2018. But I personally thought, from what I saw, that Monster Hunter World looks amazing. Dude, that game. It's not a PS4 exclusive, however. It's also going to be on the Xbox One X, Xbox One, and PC as well.
Yes. Thank goodness it's on PC. I can actually play it now. Like I played the Monster Hunter Tri.
Well, mate, you're gonna love them when it comes to Microsoft, because every exclusive they
yeah.
release is just on Windows now. It's like, what's the point?
Dude, they're not Xbox One exclusives anymore. They're Xbox One and Windows 10.
No,
like
it's not-
Xbox
it's not-
doesn't have
well,
exclusives
you can't really
anymore.
call it that. It's just a Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah, they basically should just say a Microsoft exclusive.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
Because-
yeah.
Like, an Xbox exclusive to me is Halo 3 because it was
Yeah.
just on the Xbox. Didn't get put. It was just on the Xbox. Didn't get put onto PC. It didn't get like sent to PlayStation. Like, it was just straight up exclusive. Beyond Good and Evil 2, however, that's not an exclusive for the Xbox. It's also
Well,
on PC.
to be honest,
I don't
Yeah.
count that as an exclusive for the Xbox. It's a Microsoft.
To be honest, though, ever since like the release of Windows 10, we've just seen this trend of, well, if you can play on Xbox, you can play it on PC. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really like that. It's like, well, the thing is that you buy a console. Well, primarily, I mean, it's not always true, but you buy a console for the exclusives. What's the point buying a console for the exclusive if it's on another big platform like PC?
If you could just buy it on your computer, yeah.
It
Like,
doesn't make. It's
if
not really
you've got-
much of an exclusive.
If you have a good enough computer, you don't need to buy a console. Because all the Xbox One exclusives are gonna be on Steam or on the Windows Game Store, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, back to Monster Hunter World. According to people who've played it, it plays a lot just like how Monster Hunter does on like the DS, which is thank God, because there was a lot of fear that Monster Hunter World's going to be different. Because a lot of people are worried that Monster Hunter World's not going to do well in the West,
Right.
and if it doesn't do well in the West, they'll then fear that Capcom will just keep it as a Japan only. Because there's two Monster Hunter games coming out for the PS4. There's Monster Hunter World, and there's another Monster Hunter that's coming out in like Japan only.
Right.
Right.
And that one looks insane. Like, that Japanese one looks crazy.
It's like a
it
Japanese
wouldn't do-
advert.
Dude, it wouldn't do well in the West because of how batshit crazy it is.
Yeah.
Like, it looks mental, but Monster Hunter World, it does look... They did say it has been westernized, so it's good for a Western audience, but I'm fine with that as long as it plays like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
And then, so Monster Hunter World, I'm excited. I want it to be good. I want it to succeed. So Capcom aren't like, I don't think Monster Hunter works well in Europe and the West. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, fine. But then, after Monster Hunter World, they show the Japan studio logo.
Yeah.
And then they go and show Shadow of the Colossus for PS4!
That's actually for PS2. No.
Oh
But it's
my
the
god,
new one,
I can't tell you how excited I am for Shadow of the Colossus on PS4.
Oh, I've completely forgotten the name of the game. The one with Trico in it.
Oh, that's The Last Guardian.
Last Guardian, yeah.
The
We
Last
just
Guardian,
had that, like, pretty
We
recently.
just had The Last Guardian, and now we've got Shadow of the Colossus again.
the real one.
It doesn't bother me, but it's already been remastered for PS4 because apparently they're rebuilding Shadow of the Colossus from the ground up for PS4 Pro,
That's
which
pretty
is
great.
going to be amazing.
That's gonna be
Like
awesome.
apparently it's just going to be the same game, but it's going to have new music tracks and it's going to be in 4K.
Hopefully it's
That's one hell of a remaster.
Yeah. Hopefully the music's
and
better.
hopefully it runs at 60 frames per second.
Hopefully.
Like even the PS3 remaster, yeah, it couldn't really do 60 frames, but it barely hit 30. And the PS2 version, I've played that struggles to hit 25 frames. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping we finally get smooth 60 frames per second.
No. It's not going to be 60. It's going to be 45.
Even if they have
Stop.
45
If you,
FPS.
even
45.
if you like reduce the rendering or graphics, just make sure that it's got good frames. Like even if it's 50 frames. Oh no, it's like less.
Man.
Oh.
There's not really much to say. It's Shadow of the Colossus. You know what it is.
Yeah.
You've just got to get excited for it. Like that's gonna be. I don't advocate pre-ordering games, but I'm gonna pre-order Shadow of the Colossus for PS4. I have to.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Then after that, they showed off Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's not an exclusive. They just got to show it off at the PlayStation conference. It's also coming out for Xbox One and PC.
Yeah.
It looks fun, and there's also a story demo for that game that you can download right now off the PlayStation Store. And I'm not sure if it's available on Steam and Xbox Store yet, but go check. But it's definitely on the PlayStation Store, and I've played it, and I can definitely say that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is very dumbed down compared to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Right.
Which, I'm not saying it's a problem, it makes the game more accessible, but I like my fighting games to be kind of complex. That's why I like things like Tekken. But overall, the game is fun. It's got all your favourite Marvel and Capcom characters in it. I think also debuting in the game is like Rocket Raccoon and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's cool. A very cool thing from the story demo, the geezer from Devil May Cry, Dante, gives Rocket Raccoon his little guns and he starts firing them at the enemy, which I found was very funny. But the game is fun. The game is very fun. I think it's gonna be good. It's Marvel vs. Capcom. Capcom specialize in making fighting games. It's very good.
Alright.
I mean, I'm not a big Street Fighter fan, as you found out last week when I kind of shit-talked it a little bit. But
Just a little bit.
I do like Marvel vs. Capcom. I think those games are fun, and I enjoyed playing through the little bit of story that I got to on that demo.
Yeah.
And have you got anything to say about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
Not really.
No, not at
All
all.
honesty, I don't have any jokes for it.
When there's no
Then
jokes,
they,
there is no comment.
Yeah.
After Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they were like, "Oh look, it's Call of Duty World War 2." I've got nothing to say about
Actually,
it.
you know the thing that pisses me off about the Call of Duty World War 2 is, you know how like World at War, there was like, you have all the Nazi symbols and all the Nazi imagery. They've had to take it all out.
Yes. Are you
Right.
serious? They've had to
They
take
had
it
to
out.
take it all out because of German law.
But
But here's the thing though, like,
that German law was in place when World at War
yeah,
came
because
out.
what they used to do was that they used to make two versions, right? Only makes sense. The normal version and then the German version, as I'm going to call it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they decide,
Yeah.
you know what, we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to make it for every single version. And I thought,
Well, that's when Treyarch went lazy, even though this is Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Sledgehammer, I think, are just being lazy.
yeah,
Not
really too much else to say about that. You know, it's just Call of Duty.
And then after that, they started showing off VR stuff. Skyrim VR. Why?
I knew you was just going to say that.
Just make a new Elder Scrolls.
No, there is a new Elder
Honestly.
Scrolls. It's Elder Scrolls 6, but it's not coming out till I think 2019.
Yeah, but then just put your effort into making Elder Scrolls Online better. Stop re-releasing Skyrim. The game's 6 years old. Do you know how much Skyrim VR is, by the way?
How much?
Quite expensive, definitely.
It's 60 quid. It's 60 pounds.
That's a bit
You pay-
stupid.
You're paying full price for a game that's been out for 6 years. You can go on Steam, buy the regular version
Here's
for
what
10.
worries me though. If they're doing this for Skyrim, what's it going to be like when it comes to the next Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
That
I don't want to know.
They're probably gonna have the
Unless-
initial
But dude,
price.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just do what Capcom did with Street Fighter 2. Because Street Fighter 2 has actually become its own series. That's why it's still getting re-released, because Street Fighter 2 is its own break-off series from Street Fighter. I don't want Skyrim to do that. Look, I love Skyrim. It's a great game. Skyrim's great. It's not my favourite Elder Scrolls. I prefer Oblivion personally.
Yeah.
But Skyrim's still great. But I don't see the point of re-releasing a game like Skyrim that's 6 years old. I just don't understand it. I don't get it on the Switch. I don't get it for VR. But we'll come back onto Bethesda VR later on.
Yeah.
I skipped over the rest of the VR games because I don't care at the moment.
yeah.
Did
don't
you
own
two catch the VR games?
No, not really.
No.
I just skipped over it. I thought, well,
our audience of 10 people is now going to hate us because we don't like VR.
I don't mind it. I just don't really.
Then after that, God of War 4 was showcased.
That does look a bit. It definitely looks fun. Maybe not quite as
Dude,
good.
It's God of War.
Yeah.
Dude, it's God of War. It's gonna be fun. I've got my God of War 3 remastered case right next to me. But I think that it has potential to be the best God of War game they've ever done.
that is
Because-
quite optimistic.
No, but you've got the option to play as Kratos and his son.
Yeah.
That trailer they showed made it look like you can play as his son, which could be very cool.
Yeah.
And I also have in my notes, like, Kratos said something and then his son said something back, and then I just have in my notes, yo, why is his son a savage?
Oh god. Yeah.
I also have the snow in this game looks great. I don't know what I was
Snow
thinking.
is great.
Yeah. So I think the gameplay just looks like God of War gameplay. It's fast, it's a hack and slash, it's a beat 'em up. It's gonna be fun. It's God of War.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's gonna be fun. I still think it could be the best God of War they've ever done. I think they could top
Wait,
God of War 3.
Did you say best ever done? Well, the new Madden 18 is going to be the best.
How could I be so foolish? Madden 18.
Yeah. It just switches back to the advert, just the exact same one twice.
It's like, you think this game's gonna be good, and then it just like
Just
shows
goes
John.
back to the EA. Well, actually, resting bitch face returns.
And she just walks back out like, you think Star Wars is good? Madden is my game. So that game's also scheduled early 2018, but I'm glad about that because I want that game to be as good as possible. Then after that, they showed Detroit Become Human. I thought Detroit Become Human looked very cool. Searched it up afterwards. Guess who's making it? Quantic Dream.
Oh no.
Sean!
To be honest,
Shut up!
Here's a question. Would you bought that game if you didn't know Quantic Dream was making it?
Yeah, because it looks very cool.
Yeah, but every game they make looks cool until you actually play the fucking game.
Yeah. It's Detroit. It's Detroit, so press X to, hey, forget about it. Just get Fonzie come out the way.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
I thought it looked really cool. Like, it's a game where it's like the androids are taking over. And
Oh no, the androids, no.
Imagine it's a really good game. The second it starts raining, you just quit. No.
And like, it's like you've got to stop the rain, otherwise it's game over.
Every Quantic Dreams game, it's raining.
I mean, they made a game about rain.
Yeah, exactly. That's their shtick.
I'm still waiting for that sequel to be honest.
Yeah.
Or Heavy Rain
Yeah.
2.
Heavy Rain 2.
Very heavy rain.
Like subtitles.
Torrential rain.
It's just called Torrential Rain.
No, it's called Torrent. Because
That's what you're gonna. Because that's what
you're gonna do. That's the only reason why you'll get it. Yeah. It's a shame.
I mean, it's got all the Quantic Dream tropes of like traits of like you control the story, you make all the decisions and stuff. Obviously, the visuals look great because that's all Quantic Dream care about. They write terrible stories that look fantastic.
No. The stories they write will be amazing if it was on film and not in a game.
Yeah. David Cage wants to make films, but he won't. And I don't know why. He's just putting bad games on the market. Like, Beyond Two Souls, that game looks beautiful. Like, that game graphically, for PS3, that looks fantastic. Then remastered on the PS4, it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's just, that would have been an incredible movie. It's not a game. Like, you don't even need the controller in your hands half the time to play their game.
Yeah. You click
It's
it
ridiculous.
and then just
So
wait.
Detroit Become Human has already fallen flat for me. Like, it looks visually beautiful, but it's a Quantic Dream game, so it's just going to be quick time events.
It's for when you're just really tired and you don't want to like play a game, but you know you should.
But if you're tired and you don't really want to play a game, that's where you plug in your Nintendo Wii, you play Smooth Moves, WarioWare.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to play a Quantic Dream game full stop. I don't care if I'm high as a kite and I'm playing video games. I'm not going to pop in Quantic Dream's newest game, am I? Anyway,
Anyway.
After that, they showed Destiny 2.
Yes.
In my notes, I have. Oh, it's Destiny 2. Skip.
Yeah. I'm actually quite enticed for it. It does seem decent at least. Like,
yeah, but
because I'm just a loot gamer. I am completely obsessed with loot when I'm in games. I wouldn't care about the story, which is the thing that they usually fall flat.
You wasn't on the last podcast. We was talking about how I read an article about how Destiny was going to be a good game, but then they had to scrap everything within like a year before it released.
Yeah.
So
I just want to get it and see how it goes, to be honest.
I think it'll definitely be a good touring on the Pirate Bay.
Yeah. No, I hate Destiny because it's Bungie trying to recreate the magic of Halo, and they can't do it.
It's Halo, but it's more on an open world scale, isn't it?
That's you can't like take the Halo formula and make it into a game like Destiny. For me, that just doesn't work.
You're trying to make a pie out of a cake.
If I wanted that, I'd go and pop in my Halo 3. Yeah. Like, I love Halo 3 so much, you'd have no idea. I said this last week. I've got a Halo 3 artwork on my wall. Like, that's how much I love that game. But Bungie, I love that company, but I hate Destiny because I don't like. The only shooter I can play where you go and loot stuff is Borderlands 1. I love Borderlands 1, but because they don't make it an ultra grind. Destiny is an ultra grind.
I don't mind them, which is probably why I'm actually okay with Destiny.
Yeah, I've seen your hours in Warframe.
So moving on.
Then after that, Sean comes back out and he just introduces the final game, which was
9
minutes.
Sean.
It was 9 minutes of the new Spider-Man PS4 exclusive made by Insomniac. Oh my god, splooge McDuck. That game looks good.
Yeah, right out of his wrists. Because it's Spider-Man.
That game, it just looks like they've taken the Arkham formula and they've put it into a Spider-Man game.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited. Like, yeah, it's got QuickTime events in it, but they're not overly done like they are in Quantic Dream games or like how they were in God of War 2.
In God of War, it made sense that there were QTEs. Even if they were a bit overused.
Dude, the web swinging in that game looks like they took the web swinging from Spider-Man 2 for the game and they just like put it on speed. It looks like it's so fluid and fast. It looks brilliant. Yeah. And like the cinematics of like, you know, in the part of the gameplay where he like caught the helicopter with the web swing and hung it over the city. That looks amazing.
Oh my god.
they teased Miles being in the game at the end, which was like, oh, that's exciting. Could he be playable?
No.
So basically,
Probably not.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
The web swing mechanics look like the best ever.
Yeah.
The graphics look great. The combat mixes hand-to-hand combat with shooting webs at people and using the environment to your advantage, which looks awesome. Like, there were little prompts over some of the bits of the environment where you hit a button and you web swing it at into someone's direction and knock them over. That looks fun as hell.
Yeah.
It just looks like a real fun game. And I am so excited.
Yeah. I actually haven't played a Spider-Man game in years, and that was like once by accident at a friend's house.
By accident.
So this one actually does seem pretty good.
That does sound a bit like me as well, so I'll put my hang up for that.
Just a shame that it's a PS4 exclusive, Aiden, and you're a PC man.
It's a PS4
Actually, I like the
exclusive.
PS
PS4.
Yeah.
PS4.
Yeah, but nowadays when companies say exclusive, they mean exclusive to not phones. Basically.
Pretty much.
Like, even if it's a Microsoft product. Ooh. Alright.
Right, let's move on.
Yeah,
from
we've been
PlayStation
talking about
now.
PlayStation for ages, man.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about?
There was enough to
do you
talk
want
about.
to talk about? Wait, shall we talk about what won E3 completely?
If you want,
no,
sure.
we can talk about the rivals, Microsoft.
What won it?
Alright, yeah, we'll talk about Microsoft first, then we'll talk about what won
Okay,
E3.
so with Microsoft, new console.
I'm gonna let Joe, I'm gonna let you take this one because you made all the notes.
Yeah, wait, did
You
any
made
of you
all
two
of the
actually
notes.
watch the other
I watched like a meme cut.
a
of it,
meme
that's it.
cut?
Yeah. Because I just couldn't be bothered because I just knew they were going to show off really bad exclusives apart from Beyond Good and Evil 2. And actually, no, wait, Beyond Good and Evil 2 was shown at the Ubisoft conference,
Yeah, it was.
wasn't it? Sorry, my mistake. I just knew they were going to show off crap exclusives and they were just going to shove hardware down my throat, and I don't have time for that. The only press conference I have time for that shoves hardware down my throat is the PlayStation 3 reveal from 2006 because of how much of a beautiful trailer it had. But yeah, so I haven't watched the Xbox press conference properly. I just watched like a cringe meme.
Okay, right.
From it. So you take this.
alright.
We'll just sit here and be pretty.
Yeah, you can react to this one. So Xbox One X is the new console, which I don't get the name at all. I'm not.
It's an acronym for Xbox. We've gone full circle like
Yeah,
a
but
360.
I think the problem is that it should have been called the Xbox One Scorpio.
Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio's such a cool name. I don't know
Yeah, why
changed
did
it.
they change it to the X? It doesn't make sense. It's like, what's it gonna be called next? Xbox One XXI or something? Like what?
Triple XL.
Triple XL.
Like that's like
I
serious.
mean, I
satire,
get the
really.
fact that they like want to relate it to the Xbox One, but just don't call it the Xbox One X. No.
I know.
Right, should we get?
What do you think? Oh, wait, Aiden, do you think they should have kept Scorpio?
He left the call.
Aiden's
He's
gone!
actually left.
He's gone!
He's gone offline.
Well, I think his internet died. Oh, that's
Oh.
upsetting. Oh no. Alright, let's just
Yeah, I
let's just
noticed
carry
it
on.
straight away, but I
Let's
was just
come
waiting for you to like notice it.
back. Oh man, you stood me up. I don't believe this.
Oh well.
Let's just carry on with us two, the dynamic duo.
Okay. Performance specs. 6 teraflops GPU clocked at 1.172 gigahertz, which is basically
Numbers.
the equivalent to the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070.
Is that good?
Yes,
I'm not good
it's
with this kind of hardware stuff.
near the top of the range graphics card, sort of when it comes to performance.
That's good then.
12
That's
gigabytes
pretty good
GDDR5 memory, whatever. It's got a 16 nanometer CPU. I don't think people watching would really care about it. But here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing, right? Do you know how much it costs?
It's $4.99,
Yeah,
isn't it?
$4.99 for a 4K console, as they claim. Now, here's the thing. I did a bit of research into this. Oh, Aiden's come back online. There he is.
He's back! There he is!
Alright.
Alright, cool, alright. We're back in
Right,
business,
yeah,
please.
we're just talking about the Xbox Scorpio, which what it should have been called. $499 for a 4K console. Now, I did some research into this, and I found if you wanted to be a PC equivalent to that, it would cost about $1,300.
Right.
Okay.
$500 for a 4K console, which claims it could play Forza 7 at 4K 60 FPS.
Doubt that.
Yeah, yeah.
Doubt
I'm
that.
very, very surprised by the pricing. Like, I understand, like, if they
Yeah.
priced it higher, it wouldn't sell as much. Like, I think 500 for 4K experience, as they say, it's a
That's
bargain.
like probably that's the max you can go for console people.
Yeah.
Because most console players are just completely against spending like a grand on a PC. I'm not
Yeah.
against spending a grand on a PC. I just don't have a grand to spend on my PC.
Exactly.
So, like, if I could go full PC, I would, and just have my PS4 for exclusives.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm basically full PC. Like, I've got over 100 games in my Steam library, which
Oh,
most people
show
like,
off.
I know people with like 1,000 games in their Steam library, but I have my PS4 for exclusives. Like, that's why I have my PS4.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's got better exclusives coming out. What exclusives did they announce at the Xbox?
Oh,
press
only
conference?
the legendary Forza 7.
Yep.
They've released like 3 Forza games since 2013. It's ridiculous.
And the thing is, they're re-releasing other games like Forza Horizon 3, Gears of War 4, Halo Wars 2, and Minecraft
Are they releasing them in
Yeah.
4K? Yeah, Minecraft
running
in 4K.
native 4K.
Oh.
That was the main meme from that press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They
they
were
always.
just like, it was just like Patrick, like, and now here is an amazing 4K gaming experience, and it would just cut to a woman like, Minecraft in 4K. Like,
God
The thing is, though, they say like, oh, you're going to be able to play it 4K, but in most cases, it's going to be upscale, isn't it? You know, it's not going to be.
Probably.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not going to be running at native. I just can't see it, especially for $500. It doesn't make sense.
It's probably gonna go a little under 60, maybe
Yeah.
30 FPS.
Wasn't really too many Xbox exclusives because obviously that's all going on PC as well.
Yeah.
We have Metro Exodus, which is the sequel to Metro 2033. It's going to be released.
That does look pretty
yeah,
sick.
it does. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be
Getting out of Moscow.
released
Moscow.
on all platforms, set in 2036, post-apocalyptic
Just getting out.
Earth after a nuclear war 20 years ago. You know, I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's really about it, to be honest, or I'm really looking forward to from Microsoft's conference, because
the Microsoft press conference, even from the meme cut that I watched, it just didn't look very interesting at all. Like, did you see the shirts they gave to people who went to that press
Yeah.
conference? It's just a black Xbox shirt, and then on the back it says, I witnessed the world's most powerful console.
That's it.
It's like, you might as well put that shirt in the
that's
box.
really this conference. This conference was really all about the console, which is fine, but there's like it's like this sort
I
of
would be fine if they... The only reason I was fine with that in 2013 was because it's new
well obviously
consoles.
yeah.
This isn't really new console. It's the same console generation. It's just
I'm
a
just
new
no,
box.
I'm just getting a bit sick and tired of like releasing half generation consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand the Switch because like they needed to upgrade from the Wii U because Nintendo were dying. Like, Wii U was the sound of the ambulance that couldn't save them.
Yeah.
Like, but I can understand why the Switch came out when it did. But PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, really, they could be the next generation. Honestly,
Yeah.
if they spent more time making them, they could be the next console
Yeah, but
generation.
it's not like it's just it's becoming more
But
PC,
because
isn't
PC, but because PC's taking over so much, consoles are like, Jesus Christ, lads, we're getting left behind. That's why we've gone to 4K in gaming.
it?
and VR
I do
in
agree
console
though
gaming
with the
so
fact
far.
that when the PS4 and the Xbox One released, they weren't exactly very good at the time anyway. It was quite behind.
Yeah. They didn't need
Yeah.
that much of an
Yeah.
upgrade,
Yeah,
to be
but
honest, though.
that's the story of console gaming, though. You're always
Yeah,
gonna
but when you
jump
compare it
behind
to the
PC.
release of the Xbox 360 and the PS3,
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the last thing I've got on the list here is the new BioWare game that's coming out, Anthem.
Oh, Anthem, yes.
Anthem
that
does
got
look nice.
It does look
That
really
got
nice.
revealed at that got revealed at EA Play. Didn't show gameplay
Yeah,
at Xbox.
it's they talked
Yeah.
about how like
But-
it's gonna be running at native 4K. It's basically more sort of built for that console.
Yeah.
But I also think building games for that console is a huge slap in the face to people who can't afford to upgrade.
Yeah,
Because I have a PS4. I can't afford a PS4 Pro. Like
the
Jesus Christ,
biggest
Granddad.
worry for me is the fact that they go all out for the Xbox One X and then they sort of start leaving the other one behind. That's my main concern.
Yeah. You could say it's
But I'm also very skeptical of Anthem as well because it's BioWare.
yeah, it's gonna be better.
BioWare is sort of a company that's sort of a hit or miss,
Well,
I feel.
Mass Effect 1 and 2 were great games. Mass Effect 3 was good until the ending. Mass Effect Andromeda is a shit
What about
show.
Mass Effect?
Yeah.
Can we stop?
I know. I already know.
Can we stop?
If I wasn't gonna say it, Aiden
That's-
was gonna say it, so
That was a joke that never needs to come back. No one's gonna get that. We fucked up. No one's gonna get that. I'm not gonna try and explain that joke because it's fucking dumb. Right, shall we move away from
yeah, let's
Xbox?
talk about Ubisoft.
We're talking about
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
we got the Crew 2.
Okay, so this is the actual proper press conference that won E3. This isn't the thing that won E3.
No,
yet.
not yet. That's
Right.
coming at the end, isn't it?
Oh, dude, I want to talk about it so bad.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
let's go
No,
Ubisoft.
Yeah, you might crash my
Let's get
internet
through
again.
Ubisoft first, and then we'll get to that. The
I
real
didn't watch
winners of
Ubisoft
E3,
either.
but
I watched like a if this one wasn't a meme cut, I just watched like a quick 5-minute thing of like everything that they showed at Ubisoft.
yeah, but
That new Assassin's Creed looks like fucking Monster Hunter gameplay. What the fuck? It looks like it plays like Monster Hunter. Like it's got dodge rolling and parrying. What the fuck is this?
I mean, they need to
Like this
make
looks
it.
great.
They do need
This
to make
game
it
looks
good
fucking
fighting.
great.
I thought
The fighting system has to be great, or else it doesn't feel like an Assassin's
Dude,
Creed
it
game.
doesn't look like a button spammer anymore.
Yeah.
Like that was a problem I had with like Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed Unity. It was just press X as fast as you can to stab.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Press square as quick as possible. And all that jazz.
You actually have to press a button for each ligament that you
What
move.
makes me laugh, this Assassin's Creed game is set in a time period where it's literally, we was assassins and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks, I think Assassin's Creed, was it
yeah,
Origins?
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah, I think Assassin's Creed Origins could be really good.
Mm.
If they give it the time to marinate in development, then it could be very fucking good.
Yeah.
They showed Far
Yes,
Cry
they
5?
did show Far Cry 5.
Oh, yes.
A little bit more gameplay on it, but to be honest though, when you look at the premise,
Just add
it's
more
set in
marinade.
County Montana, overrun by a religious cult, and you trapped in the deep cult
Right.
territory and you cut off from the rest of the world. When they saw
Is it the Westboro Baptist Church?
pretty much. But no, on a serious note though, that when they looked at the premise and they showed the game, it's like this is pretty much just like Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 3. If you think about it,
Yeah.
it's just
Except the
Yeah,
doesn't-
but the thing is, those games are still
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I can understand the need for people to want more, but do you want a good Far Cry game, or do you
I'm
want
re-
Ubisoft to try
don't get me
something
wrong.
different and possibly
Don't
fuck
get me
it up?
wrong, I'm really interested in the setting because it's something that I don't think no other game has really done that much before. But
This is something Far Cry hasn't done before either. They haven't tackled like a subject
yeah,
matter
exactly.
like this. They're like Far Cry 3 is like your family and your girlfriend and shit's been kidnapped. Go save them. Far Cry 4 is basically the same premise. Far Cry 5, dude, it's tackling like gender equality
Yeah,
and religion.
but
and shit.
with Far Cry 5, it's you sort of got the same thing. You know, you're a new person in town or something, and then you just got to take out all the bad guys and then re-establish peace.
Yeah, but at least they're trying a different type
Yeah.
of story.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
happy
still
for.
interested. Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested.
Also, right, Far Cry 5 looks cool. Can we fucking talk about Mario plus
Oh
Rabbids?
yes.
It looks like XCOM but with Mario and the
is
Rayman Raving
XCOM.
Rabbids.
XCOM.
It's XCOM.
Yeah.
This looks great. Am I the only one who think this game looks fucking awesome?
It's definitely
it's-
something like I don't think any other Mario game has really tried before.
Like, it looks fucking fun as hell. I'm really excited for it. I'm
Looks
definitely-
like
but the
that's
thing
going
is-
on the pre-order list.
Well, the thing is, no,
Yeah.
it would go on a pre-order list, but it's got Mario in it, so it's only on the Switch. That's the problem.
At least it's an
Nintendo
exclusive,
Switch
right?
yet.
Console exclusive.
Dude, at least Switch is getting some games. The Switch released with Breath of the Wild and fucking snippet clips.
Yeah.
That's it. At least they're finally getting some games.
Well,
But we'll talk about Nintendo. We'll talk about Nintendo a little bit after Bethesda and Ubisoft. Let's continue with Ubisoft though. What else did Ubisoft show?
South Park, the fractured butthole.
The fractured butthole.
Yeah. No. The fractured but whole.
Funny joke.
You've got to say it the correct way, or else.
I do love how they've made it politically correct, just to
Yeah.
avoid the fucking censors being like, "Yo, nibber, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, with the fucking red bees.
Oh yeah.
But I think it could be good.
Is that it?
Yeah, it could be good.
Could be good. Yeah.
I don't know what else to fucking say. I barely play Ubisoft games anymore because all they do is let me down.
I think
the
the last thing we should talk about with Ubisoft is this game that hasn't really gotten a lot of attention. It's come out for the Nintendo Switch and it's called Starlink.
Starlink looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought when I saw it, it's like, oh, it's just whatever. It's just another one of these space adventures games. But then when they actually showed off the first trailer about how the Nintendo Switch controller acts as like a base to mount toy starships on, and you can customize it how you want.
That looks fucking. That's innovation. That's innovative as fuck. That looks
That
great.
definitely caught my attention. I'm like, damn, that's actually pretty sweet in my opinion.
Dude, that would make me buy a Switch. That game. That was fun. Not just Dark Souls 3.
I mean, we got a lot more to learn about the game, but right now, definitely caught my attention.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Anyway,
Ubisoft won E3 with their real press conference wise. Ubisoft won. Let's move on to the shit show known as Bethesda.
Yay.
Right.
We already
Bethesda
talked about Skyrim though. So.
Skyrim
Bethesda
VR.
showed nothing. Bethesda showed nothing that would make fans happy. They only showed things that would piss fans off.
Yeah, they just want to make sure.
Skyrim VR, Fallout 4 VR, which by the way are both priced as full price games. Fallout 4 VR is not an add-on for Fallout 4. Skyrim VR is not an add-on for Skyrim Remastered Edition. They're full price separate games.
At least it's another thing to test, Crash. How many more
fuck
mods
me,
can I put in?
Why would I don't see the fucking point of playing a game like Fallout or Skyrim in VR.
It might, at the very least, it should be priced at least half of that, in my opinion.
Like, Todd Howard can go fuck himself. Honestly, like,
Very optimistic guy.
it's
isn't
very well known that it's very well known he's part of the holy trinity of liars. Fucking Sean Murray, Todd Howard, and Peter Molyneux, right? But fucking, I just hate him because yeah, his company's released great fucking games in the past, but Fallout 4's lackluster. Skyrim's good, but it's been done to death, and they're releasing VR versions of those games, which are full price.
I mean, when I watched the conference,
40 quid. Skyrim VR pre-order on Amazon's $59.99.
I mean, when I watched the conference, I thought I haven't really got anything out of this, to be honest. Like, it's just
like
VR.
the only thing Bethesda did was just act edgy by swearing in their press conference, like, "Yo, who's ready for a new fucking game?" Like, and then it's not a new game; it's Fallout 4 VR.
It's different, not new. Bethesda.
I don't know how Fallout 4 VR is going to be fun. I just because it's a grind. Fallout 4 and Skyrim are games that are huge fucking grinds. Who's going to want to sit there in their room with a VR headset on for like 3 hours grinding?
Yeah.
Like, that's such a long time to wear that thing. And what if it fucks up your eyesight? Like,
Just
I
thinking
don't
your head's
think
gonna
it
overheat.
fucks up your eyesight, but I can definitely see it
but,
becoming
dude,
quite uncomfortable to wear.
yeah, like, because those VR headsets don't look light.
I mean, when I said in the last podcast,
Especially the PS4 VR headset. That thing's a big
I mean, I said in the last podcast about how I tried out the stealth VR. I'm like, this is pretty impressive for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You'd probably put it on and be like, wow, I'm in Skyrim. And 5 minutes later, you'd be like, oh, I can't mod the VR version.
Oh my god, if you can't mod it.
Hey, speaking of mods, Bethesda Creation Club. You remember when we charged you for paid mods? Well, it's back, and we're not doing it through Steam because we're cunts.
We've got our own site just to screw with you.
I hate Bethesda.
Now.
Well, no, I don't. No, like, shit company, great games. That's Bethesda. I don't have much more to say about Bethesda. because they're just charging people for what they love. Why would you charge people for mods? Like, I understand they're trying to play it off as like, oh, we're trying to support the little men who make the mods, who don't get any of the recognition. It's like, but they mod games for the love of the game, not that they're trying to make money.
Yeah.
Like, again, you want to talk about mods? Here's a little news bulletin. Take-Two Interactive have sent a cease and desist to the people who make Open 4 for GTA.
Yeah.
You can't mod GTA anymore. Like, that's fun.
That's stupid. I mean, let's just face it, right? The best gaming experience I've ever had is with mods. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Modded GTA 4 is my favourite thing.
GTA 4.
I love
modded GTA 5 is pretty good as well, although there's quite a lot of over-the-top mods, I do believe.
Yeah, but it's just sad because modding is such a fun thing. And people trying to take it away from us by
come on, without
sending cease and desists to creators, it just.
I mean, without
bullshit.
mods, you wouldn't have Just Cause 2 multiplayer.
True.
Dude, exactly.
Like
that Just Cause 2 multiplayer is one of my favourite mods. It's so fun.
They've released Just Cause 3 multiplayer as well.
Is that just as good?
I've not played it yet, so I wouldn't tell.
I
think it's got a bit of a way to go. It's not as developed as Just Cause 2, but it could get there.
Well, dude, they're not going to make another Just Cause for a while, so they've got time to make it fucking polished and great. But basically, Bethesda press conference, it just pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't show anything new, and they're making people pay for mods again. Right.
Right. Should we talk about who sort of did win E3 in a very, very short space of time?
Wait. Before that, is there any other press conferences we missed that like people would care?
No, I think.
Oh, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Nintendo. Nintendo are making a lot of people happy. Let's start off with they're bringing Rocket League to the Switch.
That's pretty great.
That's genius that they're bringing Rocket League.
Yeah, but again,
to the
with
Switch.
Rocket League, it's like another re-release, but it's like all portable, isn't it?
Yes, but it's portable. I'm fine with. That's the first time Rocket League's been re-released. It's not like
Actually,
the fifth or
Overwatch did it last summer.
Right, but you know what's getting people really excited?
What?
Yeah.
Coming out of E3 for the Nintendo Switch.
Odyssey?
But the head of the Pokemon company has announced that there is a new core Pokemon RPG coming to the Nintendo Switch.
That's pretty great.
The word core is getting people very excited because that could mean it's a mainline game coming to the Switch, which means you don't have to play it on the go, you can also play it on your television. That's
good.
exciting.
That is good.
That's really exciting. What else did Nintendo announce? They only went and announced a new fucking Metroid Prime game.
Yeah. I've seen a couple memes how Captain Falcon can't do anything now that Metroid's come out. As a capability, just like, well, there goes my opportunity.
And a new Yoshi game coming to the Switch in 2018.
Yeah, Yoshi.
Which looks great. A new Fire Emblem Warriors coming to the Switch.
Yes.
And the new 3DS. Dude, new Zelda Breath of the Wild DLC. There's also, going back to fucking Skyrim for the Switch, there's gonna be Zelda items being put into Skyrim, so you can like cosplay as Link in fucking Skyrim and stuff like that, and you can gonna be able to get the Master Sword and stuff. They've announced a new Metroid game called Metroid Samus Returns coming to the 3DS. It's coming out on September 15th. And another thing, and obviously the biggest game, Super Mario Odyssey.
There you go.
October 27th, 2017 is coming out, and it looks
That's fairly close.
It looks like the most ambitious Mario game ever created, and Nintendo are billing it to be better than Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine and Mario
I'm not so
Galaxy.
sure about that.
Dude,
It could definitely be a competitor, but not better than.
Big statement to be better than something like Mario Galaxy. Holy crap!
Yeah, if it's going to be better
That's
than
a big
anything,
statement.
it has to be better than Madden 18. Madden 18.
Dude, it's never gonna be better than Madden 18.
Yeah, fam.
Dude, that game's in 4K, motherfucker.
So is Minecraft. Minecraft is no.
Minecraft, Madden.
Madden. Oh my god, they both start with them.
Stop. Yeah, well,
Mario starts with them. Modesty.
Fuck me, dude.
Odyssey.
Dude, Mario Odyssey It looks very inventive. It looks like it could. It looks like it'd be a contender of those games, but I don't think it'll be better than the likes of Sunshine and 64.
Right.
Like, fuck it. Those games are legends.
Yeah, great.
But let's not stay on Nintendo now.
Yeah.
Devolver Digital!
The true winners of E3 2017.
Devolver Digital are the greatest game company to ever put on a press conference at E3.
Yeah.
The video was how to win E3 in 15 minutes.
Right.
Amazing.
I mean,
absolutely amazing. Like, the way they just completely took the piss out of E3 press conferences from previous years. Like, from even like the guy who unveiled the Devolver Digital screen pay thing was wearing a blazer with a video game shirt underneath. Like, just the little subtle things like that,
it was
which
great,
made it great. It was
you know what's really funny
fantastic.
when it was like, oh yeah, like, hello, welcome to like the press conference, and it's like a live reaction from like someone's like viewer, like watching the live stream or something.
It was the same viewer constant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same two women.
I did love. Did you guys watch the pre-show that was on Twitch?
No.
They even like had a satire pre-show where they took the piss out of Twitch pre-shows. It was amazing, honestly. Like, so much time and effort went into that, like, 15 minutes of glory from Devolver.
The egg was
like,
pretty intense, though.
Taking the piss out, like, Devolver Digital Earliest Access, that killed me.
To be honest, though, even though they was taking the piss, the games that they showed was actually pretty flipping awesome.
Dude, Ruiner! Oh my fucking god, Ruiner! Dude, Ruiner looks amazing!
Yes.
And that's new Serious Sam game made by the same people who made Hammerwatch. We've played Hammerwatch. We know how Hammerwatch is.
Great game.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited for that Serious Sam game as well.
As long as the controls are clean, it'll be good. That's what I think.
As long as Ruiner is just clean in general.
Yeah.
Ruiner's set for like sometime in 2017, but I would love it if it got pushed back to maybe earliest 2018.
Earliest.
I want that game to be so fucking good. Like, because it looks it. I mean, I loved, like, you know at the start of the press conference, when they cut from a pre-show, and it was the big board that said Devolver Digital on it, and it had the countdown, and it just went meta.
Yeah.
Like, it went completely meta. We like, I think the Funhouse bit is what killed me with that the most, because...
Wait, Funhouse? They're relevant?
Did you not see the Funhouse part of that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Dude, when he was like, hey Devolver, when you gonna announce Shenmue 3? Like, and then they flashed up a picture of Kingdom Hearts 3.
That was so...
Like, it was just, it's how you should, like, market your company, honestly. But did you hear, Devolver this week lost $100,000 because they held all of their E3 stuff outside the venue next door.
Yeah.
Which, like, that's bollocks, because EA Play and Bethesda Land were outside of E3, but E3 still funded it, but they didn't fund Devolver.
Yeah.
Well, of course they're not going to fund Devolver, because they're taking the piss out.
Yeah, but E3 wouldn't greenlight, like, Devolver to have a press conference in the first place, because they would probably know it was going to be something like that, but they let Devolver do it. It was on the official E3 Twitch stream. Like, but... Dude, the way they just took the piss out of, like, press conferences, like, a single fan shouts out from a crowd, like, the fake studio audience, and, like, Nina just goes, hold your gob, you fucking moron. Like, it was just genius. That press conference was genius.
It was.
And then it ended with her exploding, which, like, how else are you going to end a press conference? I don't know.
You know, we've only got to go on about the future.
The future's future.
The first time.
The most interesting thing I
guy.
did get out of that was the earliest access.
Yeah. I just like the green guy pulling him
How
off the
early?
stage. Like, you could... One of the little white baubles on the first time
every
just
time one of
falls
the
off.
little ping pong balls would fall off.
Oh, it's funny.
Dude, I just love that. I was like, how early is earliest access? From a point of conception. Like, it's just like, that's basically what early access is. I fucking love you, Devolver.
The only thing I didn't like about that, alright, was the Japanese guy, like, when they were doing the translation for it. I think it was a little bit overdone.
Yeah.
What,
But otherwise, it was good.
I thought that bit with Suda51 was fucking great.
It was good, but
Dude, I thought that was hilarious.
it was a bit drawn out. Like,
I will
Dude, I
actually
think that's
agree with you
also
on
the
that one.
I think that was also the first time Suda51 shown his face, because usually he wears a Hotline Miami mask.
Yeah.
Because he made Hotline Miami.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure that's the first time I've seen him without a mask.
Oh
But
yeah. What
I
about
just
the
found-
Serious Sam?
Oh
Yeah.
dude, we talked about that series.
Yeah.
That game looks fucking great.
It does look
if it
pretty
plays
great.
like Hammer Watch, it's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
a fucking fantastic game. Dude, fuck me.
Yeah.
Anyway, E3 2017.
Pretty good.
Really
It's
good.
in the books. In the pocket. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Not as good as previous year, not as good as some years, but definitely better than the
I
last two
really
press
do hope
conferences
that
we've had.
people actually do
Press
take
conferences,
notes
last 2 years we've had it.
from Devolved Digital and actually do something a bit more different next E3.
Dude, if Devolver are doing something at E3 again next year, fucking contact me. I'm so down for that. I would have
Slide
my head
into those
exploded for you,
DMs.
Devolver. Yo, Devolver, fucking hook me up. I'll come and promote earliest access. Dude, I'll do something with Suda51. I'll go play Ruiner and have like my arm ripped off by my monitor. I'll do anything. Just let me be with you, Devolver. I love you. Give me that. I love you, Devolver. Please contact me.
Right.
If you're doing something at Gamescom, yo, just fucking hook me up. I'll be there. I will definitely be there.
Yeah.
Right. So, E3, it's done. Overall, not as good as some years, better than most.
Yeah.
It's had a few memorable moments, a lot more for cringe reasons, like hi Jesse.
There's a lot more memes
But,
out of
A
it.
couple more memes.
Oh yeah, dude. There's so many fucking more memes from this E3 than most years. Like Minecraft in 4K. That's the biggest meme. But overall
4K texture packs Minecrafts.
Overall, there were no bad press conferences. They were all presented well. But it's just the content in like the EA press conference and the Bethesda press conference, it pissed people off. The Sony press conference didn't do anything to piss people off. It gave people what they wanted. Yeah, it was a rushed show and there wasn't much talking from people, but that's how I prefer most of my press conferences. Microsoft, yeah, they need to shill their hardware. It's kind of what they need to fucking do. So that didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Ubisoft are the winners. And then Devolver Digital just blew everyone out of the water with the best fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, just the way, like, I'm just gonna say this for Devolver one more time. After they showed the Serious Sam trailer, she turns around like, I bet you want to buy that game. You will buy that game. I believe in you. Buy that motherfucking game. That's basically what, like, people say at E3 conferences, but they just don't
They say
it, they
like
think it.
indirectly.
Like, they just indirectly go, buy my game.
Please, man.
They express it by missing handshakes and then missing high fives.
And doing shitty dance routines like Ubisoft.
Overall, just missing out.
Overall, though, E3 2017 was decent.
Yeah.
And that concludes the second episode of the Flashbang Gaming Podcast. Thanks very much for listening if you have. We have 10 subscribers, so I doubt you have. But thanks very much for checking us out. I've been Edward McDougall here, and this has also been Joe and Aiden.
Watch it because I'm in it.
Yeah.
Aiden is gonna just make sporadic appearances.
Sometimes.
Are
Sometimes.
you gonna be here next week?
Maybe. I'm not entirely
So
sure.
every week it's a maybe if Aiden's
It
gonna
could be
there.
once every
Like-
2 weeks or something.
I cannot
whenever-
schedule it. I'm just gonna say no. I can't schedule
Whenever he's available, he'll just hit me up with a message where like, "Oh fuck boy, I want to be on the podcast."
Slide
And
into
I'll
those
be like,
DMs.
Yo,
But
make me
This has
relevant.
been
Please.
make us relevant, deep voice man.
Yeah. My fraps doesn't work, so I can't make videos.
So, oh yeah, your YouTube channel's dead. Because of
Yeah.
Flash, bro. We're rambling. We should sign off.
Okay.
I'm Edward. That's Joe. That's Aiden. This is the Flashbang Gaming Podcast.
Wanna play Hammer
Next
Watch?
week- Next week, what are we going to talk about?
Madden.
Magnet.
Yes. We don't know what we're going to talk about next week because there's no E3 shit. We'll have to see what's in the gaming news from that week, and then we'll let you know.
Yeah.
So, until next week, I've been Edward.
Are you gonna...
Fuck me, dude.
I thought Joe, you
You
would.
guys are unprofessional. I've been Edward. That's been Joe. That's been Aiden. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.